Twinklebot Tales.
The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, there was a young prince who longed to marry a real princess. To find her, he traveled all over the world on his white horse. He met many princesses, but something always seemed not quite right about them. At last, the prince returned home feeling very sad and discouraged. One night, a fearful storm blew up. It thundered and lightened, and the rain poured down. Suddenly, a loud knocking was heard at the town gate, and the old king went to open it. A girl was standing outside, and the rain had made her hair and clothes soak through. The water ran down from her hair and her clothes. It ran in at the toes of her shoes and out at the heels. Despite her messy appearance, she insisted that she was a real princess. "Well, we shall soon find that out," thought the old queen to herself. The queen went into the bedroom, took all the bedding off, and laid a pea on the bottom of the bed. She placed a tiny green pea on the wooden slats, which was the key to the test. Then she took 20 mattresses and laid them on the pea. The queen wasn't finished. She added 20 eiderdown beds on top of the mattresses. Now, the bed was so high that one had to use a ladder to reach the top. On this bed, the princess was to lie all night. In the morning, she was asked how she had slept. "Oh, miserably," said the princess, rubbing her tired eyes. "I scarcely closed my eyes all night. Heaven knows what was in the bed. I lay upon something hard, so that I am black and blue all over my body." "It's quite dreadful," she whispered, feeling very sore. Hearing this, the queen smiled with satisfaction. She had found the answer. Now they knew that she was a real princess because she had felt the pea. To feel a pea through 20 mattresses and 20 eiderdown beds was incredible. Nobody but a real princess could be as sensitive as that. The prince was overjoyed. He was certain at last that he had found his bride. He asked her to marry him immediately, and she happily agreed. The whole kingdom was filled with joy and began preparing for a grand wedding. Soon, the wedding was held, and flowers were scattered along the path to the altar. The princess wore a snow-white gown and looked more beautiful than ever. They exchanged rings and became husband and wife amidst the cheers of their people. As for the magical pea, it was placed in a delicate glass case. It was sent to the Royal Museum as a witness to this wonderful story. If anyone visits, they can still see it there today, provided no one has taken it. The prince and princess lived happily ever after from then on. They often walked in the garden, recalling that stormy night. The princess always laughed and said it was the most uncomfortable but memorable bed of her life. The king and queen were proud of them, and the palace was filled with laughter. This story tells us that true treasures are often hidden in the smallest details. This is a true story, and people are still telling it today.
Tap that button and stay tuned for more adventures. See you soon.